All right. We are live. Probably should have waited to hit the live button until after I get...
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, I just opened up the game for a second.
Jimmy Johnson, driver of the low Chevrolet.
I wanted to start it up as soon as I possibly could. Hey, look, it's Jimmy and Chad.
It's in the game.
Remember when that was a thing?
NASCAR 2005, chase for the cup.
I might have to pause the stream here for a second, because we might have some copyrighted music on here. Give me one quick second, guys. I don't know how to pause it. I don't know if there's a way to pause OBS without stopping it. Well, we're in a tough predicament here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I got this. Do that. I'll do that for now. Okay, I think we're good. Should be good. Let me know if everything's working properly. Once again, we got 11 people watching currently. Sorry for the later stream here today. Got home a little bit later than what I was originally planning on, but we are here. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first ever NASCAR Busch Series race on the channel for NASCAR 2005. You guys get to fan vote for the drivers, which driver that we are going to use for this season. So it should be a lot of fun. We start things off, of course, with Daytona tonight. Of course, you guys probably just watched the stream. So there we go. Road to 1,000 indeed. Let me see who's all here. Ethan, Tim Irvin, Michael Turner, Slasher God, Patrick Shadley, Joseph Then, welcome to the stream, everybody. Ashton G, welcome as well. 12 people watched already. Nice. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Hit that like button as we're just getting started. And subscribe if you haven't already. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. Evan Board 23, welcome. This is the continuation of Speed Weeks on the channel. We have a very busy night tonight with this race, and we will have an even busier Sunday. Here's what the rundown is before we get into the votes for who we will use for this season. So tomorrow will be the predictions video for the Daytona 500. I'll give you guys my fantasy advice along the way as well, as we'll be doing that every single week before the Cup Series race. I wanted to wait till after final practice today. Of course, final practice ended up getting rained out, so I'm not really going to look at that anyway. And we're going to go based off of, recent history and the dual races and everything leading up to the actual 500 itself, like we would normally do. So we're going to do that. That will upload tomorrow morning before the start, hopefully before the start of the stream tomorrow. Tomorrow we are streaming the Gatorade Duel at Daytona at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time we will be doing the Daytona 500 right here on NASCAR 05. At the conclusion of the 500, that should run us into the start of the actual Daytona 500, and then come back on the channel later Sunday night for a post-race analysis video as well. So a very busy day with Daytona Day being tomorrow. I'm thoroughly excited for it. Speed Week's already about to come to an end. Really, I mean, it just flew by this year. Jackson Thomas, welcome as well. So here we go. I'll flip through the drivers. Again, we're going to try to get a non-generated driver, non-fantasy driver like Gary Nelson, John Jones, and some of those. Hey, we got John Jones. Not the same spelling as the UFC fighter, but we got John Jones in the field. But anyway, so we're going to go through. You guys get to vote who I am going to race as for this entire Busch Series season. We're running as Carl Edwards in the Truck Series, and we are running as Jimmy Johnson in the Cup Series, and Chuck Spicer in the Wheel and Modified Series as well. So let's see who you guys vote for here today. We got Ron Hornaday in the AC Delco 2 car, Hermie Sadler in the 02. We were used to seeing that in Thunder 04 in the Cup Series, but it will be in the Busch Series here. Kyle Busch will be a rookie in the Busch Series in that 5 car, an 18-year-old Kyle Busch, might I add. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the number 8 Oreos car. I liked his Oreo paint schemes, but this one, I don't, it's all right, but I don't like the white hood. I like it when his car was all blue. But just kind of throwing that out there. We got Jeff Burton in the number 9. Mark Martin also in the number 9, so they'll be splitting part-time this year between the two of them. Terry Cook is going to be driving the 10. Tim Fedewa in the 12. You guys may know Tim Fedewa now as the spotter for Kevin Harvick, so very coincidental there. And we're seeing him right here. And the Navy number 14 car, Casey Atwood. Matt Kenseth will be in the 17, so we'll have that mix again of Cup Series regulars and Busch Series regulars, but all will be racing for points because remember, there was no rule against that at this time period in the 2004 season. J.J. Yaley in the 18, this is before he ended up making his first Cup start. Mike Bliss in the 20. Kevin Harvick in the 21. This is probably my favorite paint scheme of the Busch Series schemes in the field. I did flip through the schemes and the drivers last night, so I had kind of an idea of who we were going to be voting for. But I really love this Reese scheme. I've always kind of liked the Reese schemes that Harvick used to run in the Busch Series, and this is definitely one of those top ones. Yeah, so we got one vote for Kyle Busch so far. Indeed, everybody vote. Actually, we have 2 votes. Ethan voted for Kyle, and Evan Board has voted for Kyle. Jason Keller's in the 22, Kenny Wallace in the 23. Again, just like in NASCAR Thunder 04 with Hermie Sadler, but he'll be running here in the Busch Series instead. Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the number 25 car, Johnny Sutter in the 27. He's doing double duty, rookie in the Cup Series, and running here in the Busch Series as well. David Green in the 37. We saw him in Thunder 04. We saw Ashton Lewis in Thunder 04 as well in the 46. I love his paint scheme. Advertise here. Unsponsored. Cody Holt in the 56. I believe this is a generated driver. We got my man Greg Biffle in the 60. I kind of want to use Biffle for Season 2. Oh, we got Ron Hornaday. Yeah, we got 1 vote for Ron. Yes, that... Indeed. We got a vote for Paul Menard now, too. Matt the Rat Kenseth. So we got 1 vote for Kenseth. 2 votes for Kyle Busch. And 1 vote for Ron Hornaday. 1 vote for Paul Menard. Patrick, is your vote for Kevin Harvick, or are you just stating that he's got a cool car? I actually like this charter scheme as well. But yeah, we might have to run as Biffle Season 2 for the Busch Series, at least 1 season, because not only I like this scheme, but Biffle, former Busch Series champion. Luke Nixon, that's another generated driver. Russell Hughes, generated driver. Billy Parker, generated. Bart Hawkins, generated. Randy LaJoy in the 82. That is not generated. And yes, that is Corey LaJoy's dad. I honestly didn't know he was in this game. I must have missed him last night. So I didn't even know. I didn't realize Randy LaJoy was in this. That's pretty cool. Man, he would have been really old at this point in time. But yes, that is Corey LaJoy's father. Mandy Brown in the 83, also generated driver, and Shane Kirkland, another generated driver, in the 86. So we definitely have more Busch Series regulars than what we do Truck Series regulars. So there is a little bit more to pick from. You can't earn paint schemes. No, not for the Busch Series or the Truck Series. They only have standard, the main primary schemes that they would have ran for most of the year for the Busch Series and Truck Series in this game. Remember, this was the first ever NASCAR game to have the Busch and the Truck Series. If I'm not mistaken. At least the first EA game. There might have been other NASCAR games before that. The first EA Sports game that had the Busch and the Truck Series. Should do Kevin Harvick for both Busch and Cup. Well, we are running Jimmy Johnson in the Cup Series. Johnson won the fan vote there. Change your pick to Kevin Harvick. So we got 2 for Harvick. Joseph, are you changing your pick, or are you keeping with Ron Hornaday on that one? 11 people watching right now. We've had a handful, just over a handful of votes casted in. Again, vote who you want me to race as for the Busch Series on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Yes, the fan vote for the Cup Series was on Tuesday before the Budweiser shootout, if you missed it. Because we were running the shootout the same night as the Clash. Well, before the Clash started, but yeah, same day as it. Billy Parker did race in 2004. What number was he again? The 66. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look like a generated sponsor. You might be right on that one there, Michael. Staying with Kenseth. Oh, we got another vote for Kyle Busch. So we got 3 Kyles. Stay with Ron. But Harvick has more experience in the Busch, so pick is Harvick. Ravish, welcome to the stream. Johnson, nobody. Maybe at the end of his career, but there's a lot of winning that was through most of it. So we have a 3-3 tie right now between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, and we can't end on a tie, and I don't want to vote. Although I do think... So this is interesting because we had a Lowe's scheme for the Cup Series with running as Jimmy Johnson. And Kyle Busch's scheme is Lowe's. I work at Home Depot now. I used to work at Lowe's, but throwing that out there too. Duraflame is an actual sponsor. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it didn't sound like one of those made-up ones that are on there. So the count is 3-3 between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. And we have 1 for Matt Kenseth also. I'm deciding if I should change your... Yeah, we need somebody to break the tie here. Ravish chooses Kevin Harvick. That's 4-3 in favor of Harvick. Remember, we cannot use the same driver more than once. Now, we can use him for the Cup Series if we ever get a chance to. But we will never be able to use... now it's 4-4. Pixelated, welcome to the stream. He chooses Kyle Busch. So we got 4 for Kyle Busch and 4 for Kevin Harvick. Right when you thought the tie was broken, it is tied again. Harvick in the 21 in this game, by the way. Kyle Busch in the 5 for Hendrick Motorsports. That's a Richard Childress number 21 car for Harvick. I really like that AC Delco paint scheme, by the way. I've always kind of liked that one. Number 2 car. Clint Boyer won a couple championships in that car in the Busch Series. I think most people forget he won back-to-back titles in the Busch Series. Evan Board changing to Harvick. 5-4 in favor of Harvick. We've got 12 people. And if I do my math right, I think we've had 10 votes. I think I'm going to set the timer. I'll set the timer to 1 minute. That's my calculator. That is not the timer. This is what we had to do the other night, too. Timer's going to be set to 1 minute. And I'm starting it right now. So we got 1 minute left on the clock for anybody who has not voted to vote. If anybody's going to change their vote, do so now if you please. But as of right now, it is 5. Ethan says Kyle Busch. Ethan, I was already counting your vote earlier. I'm pretty sure you said Kyle. No, it's 5-4. I counted Ethan's. Ethan was the very first person to vote, and he said Kyle Busch. Yeah, way back at the beginning, he said Kyle Busch for the series. If it's even... Oh, okay, the timer just went off. If it's even, make it a coin flip. It shouldn't be Ethan, shouldn't be even because Ethan... Oh, Gaming Hot Place, says Kyle Busch. Okay, well, welcome to the stream, Gaming Hot Place. Okay, now it's even. I'll count that. I know the timer went off. I'll count that. I actually do have a quarter right here. I was not planning this at all. By the way, if you could play NR 2003. I definitely plan on it. So I don't know if my PC is actually capable of running that because I've tried to download it and I haven't been able to actually get there. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. So we currently have a tie between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. So, Billy, if you want me to race as either of those two drivers, I guess you can break the tie. If you don't want me to use either of those two drivers, I'll just flip the coin. Heads for Kyle. I'll go heads for Kyle. Tails for Kevin Harvick. I'm just going to let it fall on the floor after I flip this. I'm just going to toss it in the air, but I'm going to make sure it flips. It's going to be like it's going to be like the NFL where it has to flip at least once all the way around for it to be a natural flip. Too bad you guys aren't going to be able to see the whole flip on the camera, but yeah, so if you weren't going to vote for Kyle Busch or Kevin Harvick, I'm not going to make you vote for either one, but that is the two we're tied 5-5 with right now on who I'm going to be for this custom schedule season. Again, we're not taking any more votes because we did just start the stream 10 to 15 minutes ago. We got to get the racing because it's going to be a late night and we got a busy day on the channel tomorrow. Counting voter fraud for there's no voter fraud here. Kevin Harvick. I'm going to flip the coin anyway just to see what it was, but we'll go with Kevin Harvick. 6-5. I will vote Kyle Busch. Wait, Gaming Hot Plays vote? No, wait, Gaming Hot Plays. I think you voted already. Let me see. Kyle Busch. Yeah, you voted for Kyle already. I did see that. Oh, my hat, it's a Monster Energy Cup Series hat. I almost retired it. I haven't worn it in a very long time. I don't think you guys have seen it on the channel yet. Means NASCAR's self-sponsored now. So it landed on tails anyway. So because of the vote or the coin flip, it looks like we were going to run as Kevin Harvick anyway. So not to say that nobody's vote mattered, but... All right. Kevin Harvick it is. I love this Reese's paint scheme. I'm down with that. Oh, we got the Reese's card for the Hershey Kisses 300. I forgot Hershey's Kisses was a sponsor. Did anybody else not take the sponsor of the Xfinity race seriously today? What was it called again? It was like beef. That's what's something. It was like a long title name, but it had something to do with like beef and. Let me see. What was it called again? Does anybody know what I'm talking about, or do you guys? Here, let me get this loading while I'm looking it up. Yeah, so today's Xfinity race was Beef It's What's for Dinner 300. That was the sponsor of our Daytona Xfinity race. Beef It's What's for Dinner. Yeah, okay, so. I can't take that seriously at all. Okay, we're going to qualify. No practice tonight. Hopefully the car is handling somewhat decent. Otherwise, it could be a very long day once again. Now, we noticed in the truck race yesterday that when Carl Edwards was in the draft, he was fast. He was able to keep up with those guys. He ran as high as 7th in the draft. But as soon as he got in that accident at lap 20, for about the last 75 laps or so, he basically had zero help. So Kevin Harvick needs to make sure there is going to be some sort of cars lined up behind him on restarts if we have any. And he's going to have to keep this car clean all the way through. Couldn't take the race serious. I tried to watch it as much as I could. I did see most of it. I actually missed the big one, but I rewinded it and watched it. Like, I looked down and I saw Riley Herbst's car was junked, and I was like, oh, I missed it. Honestly, I didn't really get to hear much of the broadcast. But the Truck Series race last night, too, I thought the truck race was kind of a wreck fest. They didn't have a lot of big wrecks. They only had that one big wreck, but there were a lot of, like, stupid oh, my gosh. Here we go again. I will keep my cool tonight, though. I guarantee it. Haiti, welcome to the stream. Sorry for those of you just tuning in that did not get to cast a vote. Black Ace, welcome to the stream as well. But we are running Kevin Harvick for this Busch Series season. We got up to 18 people watching just a couple seconds ago. Nice. Saturday night, kind of late. Usually don't start it this late. How much speed is going to be hurt on lap 2 for Harvick because he qualified last on lap 1 after getting really loose up the exit of turn 2. We just talked about how track position matters. Harvick cannot afford to qualify at the rear of the field. We'll be running for a Busch Series championship here on NASCAR 05. Of course, he is the cover driver, cover athlete for this game. Definitely a lot cleaner second lap for Harvick. Off of turn 4 to the start-finish line. And he will qualify 8th. Wow, he jumped big time on lap 2. That was better than what Edwards qualified last night in the truck race when he qualified 11th. So that's a good start for Kevin Harvick. Yeah, it's a Monster Energy. It's a Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series hat. When Monster Energy was the main sponsor for about 3 years. I got this hat at the 2018 Brickyard 400. That was like my souvenir for that race. That, and I think I got some stuff from the Indy Hall of Fame. Indianapolis Motor Speedway Hall of Fame, but yeah. Watching the record. Yeah, I only saw 12 laps. I was at work today of the ARCA race. 12 green flag laps. Or no, like 12 laps total. I only saw like 4 green flag laps because they had that caution. Then they ran 4 laps and they had the competition caution. And the first caution was taking so long. But yeah. Okay, well that's enough of that. The Busch Series starts tonight. Speed Weeks continues, but this is the first Busch race under that banner on the channel. And it will be here once again for NASCAR 05. The Hershey Kisses 300 at Daytona. Green flag in the air, and we're underway. 300 miles and 120 laps of racing. Harvick looking for some momentum here in today's race to maybe take to the Daytona 500. Look at the bump drafting going on already as he tries to quickly get to the bottom. Great initial start for Harvick, and he's already in the top 5 after starting on the outside in 8th. Ashton Lewis in the 46, unsponsored with a great qualifying effort, qualified 3rd. Harvick trying to keep control of his car as everybody's trying to find a drafting partner early. Nick Richardson, one of the fantasy drivers, up to 5th place already as Harvick tries to hang on. Getting up to speed, he's still in 6th. Just has to keep this car clean for 120 laps. Saw 5 cautions in the truck race last night. Edwards brought out every single one, unfortunately. I think Ravish was talking about Castleberry. Nobody voted for him, though. I'm sure we'll see Blue Castleberry at some point in time this season. 3 wide for the lead. Only on lap 2, but we're already seeing 3 wide for the lead. And with them racing up there, Harvick starting to lead this second pack closer to the top 5 again. We saw Edwards struggle on the restarts last night. A lot of it was the damage to his car. Right when they get to 4th gear for some reason here at Daytona, it just seems like I struggle. It doesn't matter what series it is. Oh, contact! Hang on! The 10 and the 21 got together. Bobby Hamilton Jr. sneaks by on the apron in turns 1 and 2. Making sure he wasn't going to make contact with the 21 and the 10 as well. Harvick trying to stay in the draft of Hamilton. And it looks like he will. Car's actually not handling badly right now. Once the car gets alongside of him, we'll scrape off the wall from the car. The 10 car, Jerry Cook. Right behind Harvick. David Green currently leading at Daytona. And now it's a 3-car breakaway at the front, a 4-car pack. Taking over the 4th through 7th place positions. Share draft, we saw on NASCAR Thunder 04 how much it was a factor, and you're seeing it here on NASCAR 05 as well. Hamilton almost took it 3 wide. Oh! Harvick drifted up the track a little tight on corner entry, but Hamilton did move down a tad bit himself as well. So they made a little slight bit of contact. How many paint schemes will Harvick have this year? I'm going to go with 8. Are you talking about Busch beer schemes or just schemes altogether? Because remember, he's got Hunt Brothers and Mobile 1 for 1, no matter what anyway, on top of Busch, a regular Busch beer, so that's already 3. But if you're counting the Busch beer also, he might have more than 8. I'd put the under over at 8. Drew Campbell, another fantasy driver running in the top 5, currently in 4th here at Daytona. Harvick is already running higher on lap 6 than what Edwards ran all day yesterday in the truck race. Edwards only got as high as 7th. And during the cycling of green flag stops, got back up to 8th at one point, but unfortunately finished a lap down in 30th. Never led a lap, of course, so no bonus points there. Ooh, big checkup. Definitely got to be careful. We saw in the truck race the bumpers did not align right whatsoever. Campbell got a shot from Harvick, and now he's trying to take it 3 wide, perhaps down the back straightaway. He might try to make a move. Look at Campbell trying to take it under there. He about got squeezed. Caught in the middle, moves down right in front of him. No help with Ashton Lewis on the outside in the 46. David Green still leads here at Daytona. We saw how fast Brandon Witt's car was, but he unfortunately could not win. And we saw a generated driver win at Daytona last night in the truck race. Can we see the same happen today with another one of those rookies? Big run to the inside goes Harvick to 4th. It's working pretty good with Drew Campbell right now. Campbell to the inside of Lewis. Lewis maybe going to try and block. Got to be careful going to the apron. We're not running it out of bounds, but we saw how loose that apron was in the Busch shootout with the Cup cars and with the Truck Series race last night as well. Top 5, all in a group. I feel like this is going to be really close to a one-stop race today if these guys can go as far as the Cup cars on fuel. Not burning as much because they're a tad bit slower speeds. Advertise here. Yeah. Harvick trying to stay with Campbell. Get a little help from behind as well. Harvick's going to have a big run. He didn't purposely sit back, but he sat back enough. Now he's trying to go to the outside. I don't know if that's going to work. To the high side to try and get around a bumpy Daytona. With a bad analog stick in this controller, and Harvick trying to get in the draft of Lewis. What a pass by Kevin Harvick on the outside in 3 and 4 at Daytona. A clean pass. That was very impressive early on. Very risky, but very impressive nonetheless. Harvick showing why he's in the Cup Series. Look at the run on the bottom. Ashton Lewis couldn't block it. David Green couldn't block it, and Harvick's going for the lead early. Side by side off turn 2. No help behind Harvick. 4 cars in a line on the outside. Harvick got so close to shooting that gap. And now Lewis hops down in front of Harvick. Green with a block into turn 3. Harvick went for a 2-for-1 special there and about lost it. Now he's still trying to hang in the draft of Ashton Lewis, and he's about ready to lose him. Pressure from his outside with the 131. They're side by side through the tri-oval. David Green still out in front with Lewis in second. These guys need to get clinged on. The top 2 are starting to pull away. 131 and the 135. Both going to get around Harvick. Harvick tries to fall in line right behind him. As Dwayne Borland in the 135 car. Now these 2 are pulling away, so Harvick tried going for the lead. Instead, falls over a second off the lead and back to 5th all of a sudden. He does have Bobby Hamilton Jr. behind him, and Hamilton just bounced off the wall off turn 4. He got way too tight. I think Harvick's close enough to draft off Drew Campbell. Campbell goes to the outside. 3rd and 4th are closing in on the top 2, and Harvick, as his pack starts to string out, is not able to stay with anybody. Working on a way to watch the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching. You not have Fox? So Hamilton to the outside. Harvick's going to let him go. Looks like Mark Martin in the 9 car is also coming from behind. Ooh, little contact. Harvick wanted to pull in line right behind the 25. With that slight bit of contact, it sucked the 25 car back a little more. We'll try it again down the back straightaway. Harvick worked really well as a push car. These guys got to get situated pretty fast because they're 2.5 seconds behind already. More contact. Again between the 21 and the 25. Harvick going to let Mark Martin go, so you have a couple of... Come on. I don't know why my R2 button's just not working anymore either when I'm trying to share drive. I gotta hit it like 4 or 5 times. This controller's all sorts of combusted. So Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick. Trying to work together at Daytona. Martin's running the outside in the corners. That's not where Harvick wants to run, but no matter what happens here, Harvick's got to stay with him. So again, Harvick purposely let Martin through. He's trying to let Bobby Hamilton go to the outside, but Harvick kept pushing right into him and had to let the inside up instead. And a couple of Cup Series regulars are trying to get to the front. Back, Joseph. So these guys were over 2.5 seconds off the lead. Once Harvick gave up that spot to Martin and clung on to the back of him, they're now only 2 seconds off the lead. So in a lap and a half, they gained a half a second. Half a second plus. 15 laps into this race here at Daytona. Busch Series action for the Hershey Kisses 300. Right here on KRC. Keegan Schneider, again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content as we do full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. A lot of action covering Daytona and the Daytona 500 all week, including tomorrow, predictions video, post-race analysis video, our own Daytona 500 right here on NASCAR 05, our own Gatorade Duel right before that. 500 on our own tomorrow afternoon as well. We'll be running the Gatorade Duel at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't feel like waking up early enough? That's fine, you can sleep in because our Daytona 500 will be starting right after that, and that will take us up till about 2:30 before the start of the actual 500. Yes, I'm playing this on PlayStation 2. Yeah, this is way too old of a game to play on PlayStation 4. NASCAR 2005. It's now a 3-car pack. 131 was able to drift back to where Kevin Harvick's at right now. Sorry, where Mark Martin's at. Harvick's just kind of clinging in the draft behind both of them. Martin trying to look low, can't quite do it. There he goes, zigzagging down the straightaway again, but I'm not going to lose my cool. I'm going to try not to lose it ever again. We're here to have fun. Not listen to me rant about the analog stick. You see how much time that's scrubbed off, even just on corner entry into turn 3. Harvick lays back, and he's not purposely laying back, but he's got to be careful because he could very easily lose the draft. That's how he lost David Green and Ashton Lewis earlier. Oh! Almost some contact between Mark Martin and the 131. Big run to the inside. After Martin makes the pass and Kevin Harvick trying to stay with Martin. He clears the 135 on the outside. Looks like Martin and Harvick are allies with one another right now. top 3 all under a blanket. I believe David Green's led every lap so far today. Lewis came close to taking the lead a couple times. Harvick came close to taking the lead once. Got to his inside but couldn't clear him. So I haven't really seen comers and goers, and we saw track position again meant so much in the truck race. So many laps led, even in the Busch shootout, by only a couple drivers. Harvick just gave Martin a shot, but Martin didn't take it to the inside. Again, Harvick's got to be careful if he tries to bump draft. It's not like NASCAR Heat 5. We can do that and let it work. Harvick loose on the bottom of the track. Contact off of turn 2 with one of the generated rookie drivers who ended up in the wall. We stay green. Harvick clipped the apron off the exit of turn 2. That shot him loose, and when he tried to catch the car, he drifted right up into the left rear of somebody else. And look at the track map on the upper right-hand corner of the screen and how far back everybody else is all of a sudden behind the top 4. And even Harvick is not able to keep up with the top 3 himself. That was a huge setback. And no drafting help for Harvick. One driver out of the race already with a blown engine. Not sure who it is. It's hard to find another PS2 controller. I did just order one last night, but it won't be in until Monday, unfortunately. And I don't even know what time Monday. Hopefully. It should be in time for us to before we stream on Monday. We'll likely be going back to NASCAR Thunder 04 on Monday. Likely. Over 3 seconds off the lead, and there's still nobody in the vicinity of Harvick. Even behind him. That time he clipped the apron off turn 2, but the car didn't get loose. Gotta tighten up the car. It's mainly the controller, though. I got loose because I clipped the apron, but I clipped the apron because of the analog stick. Daniel Munuro Lopez, welcome to the stream. See you in the chat up there. These guys are still quite a ways behind Harvick. A lot of time left in this race, just under 100 laps to go. Trust me, I know when I myself overdrive a corner. Like, I know when I make mistakes, and I don't make this many mistakes, trust me. I know I haven't played this game in a while, but I played this game more than any other NASCAR game, so I was thinking it would come to play. And honestly, by the end of the Budweiser shootout, I was running pretty good, so there's definitely no excuse for not being able to run at Daytona with these other series. Who's out in front? Bobby Carter. Reverse Bobby Carter. Not the 73. It's the 37. David Green is out in front right now, and I believe he's led every lap so far. David Green, of course, a Busch Series driver, and was a Busch Series driver even in 2003, which was where NASCAR Thunder 04 took place. The reason why he was in the Cup Series there is because they had some Busch Series drivers running part-time as rookies in the Cup Series in NASCAR Thunder 2004, mainly just to fill up the rest of the field and add a couple extra drivers. Same goes again for Ashton Lewis. So Harvick up high in front of Labonte, or sorry, I almost said Labonte. Hamilton, Bobby Hamilton. Here comes Harvick. Now on the bottom, Kenny Wallace is there. Mark Martin's in this lead 3 right now. That is tough for Harvick because that is who he worked with to get up to there. These guys are about 7 seconds off the lead. There are a lot more cars in this pack than what there is, though, in the top 3. So if these guys just keep doing what they're doing and just can stay organized, I don't think Harvick is going to have to back off. Problem is Kenny Wallace is about to get side by side with Harvick. That will slow him down. Now Bobby Hamilton side by side with Wallace as he tries to take over 5th. These guys will catch the leaders eventually. And now we have a new leader. It is no longer Kenny Wallace. Mark Martin will take the lead and lead his first lap of the night in the number 9 for Roush Racing. So these guys gained 0.3 of a second initially in the first lap and a half. But then they started racing each other. And once Wallace got to the outside of Harvick off turn 2 the last lap, they are now starting to lose time. I'm sure the top 3 is staying organized, especially now that Martin's at the lead. Super Speedway Specialist Dale Jr. is in the top 10 right behind Harvick. Maybe those two can work together. Kenny Wallace slides down in front. Caution is out. For the first time today, we have a caution at Daytona. And never mind, this will bunch the field up instead. Oh, David Green, one of the leaders, goes around. Off of turn number 4, David Green in the wall and spins out. Just got really tight. Boy, he hit that wall a ton. No safer barrier in that area as well. Running in second place, it just lost control. And we have our first caution at lap 27. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Now, the bright side, though, and everybody pitted under that caution except for Kevin Harvick. So Harvick will get 5 bonus points for leading the lap. But he's going to be on older tires. Speed-wise, not going to matter that much for grip, especially on a bumpier Daytona. It's going to make a difference. Oh, wow, low on fuel. Well, that's probably why they pitted. Harvick was expecting these guys can go about like they did in the Cup race, about 45 to 50 laps. And was planning on everybody else staying out. That's why he stayed out. Ashton Lewis with the run on the inside of Mark Martin. Well, I guess Harvick's going to try to lead as much as he can now. See if he can lead a green flag lap this time. And it's going to be 3 wide, up 4. Lewis to the inside, Martin to the outside. Contact in the tri-oval, hang on to it. Lewis to the lead. Harvick did not lead that lap. Ashton Lewis leads his first lap of the race. And even with contact 3 wide in the tri-oval, they made it. Somehow. Dale Jr.'s up to 3rd. What a restart he had. Single file restart. He jumps 3 spots already. Outside probably checked up with the contact Harvick and Martin probably made. And another run for Harvick on Lewis, but Lewis blocks the bottom. He's going to try to make Harvick pass him on the outside. Yeah, it is a smaller fuel cell, but it's not that much smaller. I was expecting... Well, I guess that would make sense if they go 5 laps less. But we had a caution. We had 2 in the first run in the Cup race. We saw guys being able to make it 58 laps with the 8 laps total we had under caution. But, well, maybe we get another caution at some point. Big run on the inside. Harvick down low to get around Ashton Lewis, hugging that yellow line and clearing him into turn 3. It'll be another lead change at the start-finish line. Junior's got a big run from 3rd place Lewis goes high to block him off turn 4. Harvick will lead his first green flag lap of the race now at lap 33 at the line. And Dale Jr. slinging inside, outside, trying to get around Ashton Lewis. And Harvick just trying to hold on to the lead, but he couldn't do it for long. One lap and that was it. Ashton Lewis back out in front again. Kenny Wallace to the inside for third on Dale Jr. Jr. on the outside. Harvick going to get a big run. Lewis had a big lead ahead of the pack. Harvick started low. He'll stay low behind Lewis. Thought about going to the outside, but didn't. And we'll try to get a slingshot off turn 4. Tony Stewart seemed like a douche. I didn't expect Tony Stewart to be that great in the broadcast booth. Man, Harvick's loose. Really loose. Big time save into turn 1. Remember, he's on older tires compared to everybody else. About 25 to 30 lap pressure tires for everybody else. Should be able to go another handful of laps yet, but Kenny Wallace to the outside. Hang on. Harvick loose in the tri-oval. Just desperately trying to hang on to his race car and not trying to overcorrect it with this analog stick. Kenny Wallace still to his outside. Dale Jr. thought about taking it up the middle. Now to the outside. Kyle Busch is in the mix. They're 3 wide. What a pass by Terry Cook. He got around Martin and Kyle Busch in the center of the corner, running 3 wide. Martin trying to squeeze Harvick down. Harvick really struggling with the handling of his race car. Martin clear into the corner. Harvick is losing valuable time. I think Bubba Wallace is a threat to win tomorrow for the 500 indeed. I think he's had one of the 2 or 3 best cars. Because he's got the single car speed because he qualified 4th and finished 2nd in his dual race, so he's got the race speed too. Combination of those 2 things, that can be deadly. All right, right back to the bumper of Kyle Busch. Lead pack all staying together, slowly catching Ashton Lewis, lap 37, even with a caution. Harvick is probably going to have to pit before lap 40. The 4 tires in the yellow, and this thing is out of shape at Daytona, nevertheless. Just imagine if this was any other track or if his tires were in the red. Kevin Harvick will pit this time. Probably can't make it another lap on fuel, so he's got to pit. Nearly 3 wide for the lead up there. 70 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. It'll be a 4-tire stop. And a great job not speeding there. So 4 tires. No adjustments for Harvick. Just a tiny bit of damage, nothing much. I almost hit abort. That was close. Oh man, that would have been terrible. That's true, Ravish. That's kind of what you come to expect with Tony. So Harvick back out on the racetrack. Very fast stop, though, by his crew. No mistakes. And Dale Jr. is taking the race lead, so I'm sure Junior Nation's going wild. That Oreo Chevrolet has found itself to the front. Already 4 cars out of today's race, or at least 4 that are a lap down or more, because Kevin Harvick is in 39th, last car in the lead lap. Ron Hornaday's out of the race. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention on pit road to see who was in or out, so that's one of Harvick's teammates. That could be big if he needs a drafting partner late. We haven't really seen Hornaday at all today, though, at the front, but that could be why. Remember the truck race that was only 100 laps? This is only 20 laps longer, but 100-lap truck race, we had 5 DNFs. And all for engine failures. So whatever happens here, the rest of the field will have to pit. But at the same time, for Kevin Harvick's sake, he needs to stay on the lead lap in case we get a caution. So he's desperately going to be trying to block at the front of the field. See, that's the problem, though, is because it's not like we can race back to the caution flag. Those rules do not apply as of the 2004 season. Even late in 2003, they didn't apply. They changed the rule. I think before the Talladega Fall race in 03, they changed it. They weren't going to race back to the caution flag anymore, but regardless of the fact, I don't know, we'll see. Jonathan Rogers, welcome to the stream. Lap 41 here today at Daytona, third of the way through today's race. Still 80 laps to go. And in 12 hours from now, we will be racing again for our Gatorade Duel at Daytona tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why so early? Because we have to get that race in and the Daytona 500 in immediately after that, before the actual Daytona 500 starts. So, talk about an epic Daytona day on the channel. NASCAR 05 action. To kick back and watch the real race. So there is yeah, you're right. There is a free pass to the first driver lap down, but I'd rather not have to take that because we've seen track position matter. So if Harvick has to line up last on the restart, that could hurt him. It hurt Edwards. Now, granted, Edwards had damage. Harvick really doesn't have damage. He's only made contact with a couple drivers so far. He's kept it off the wall. He's made some pretty light contact for the most part with a couple different drivers, but that's been about it. Outside of the bump drafting, but that doesn't count. Not at this track. No lucky dog in this game. Yeah. The free pass was a thing in 2004, but I don't think this game awards it to you because we did not get it in the truck race last night. I do know with this game, though, it gives you your spot back if you spin. Junior kind of pulling away from the pack. I look for him to be one of the favorites in our Daytona 500 tomorrow. Of course, he won the actual Daytona 500 in this 2004 season. And also won this Busch Series race as well in the 2004 season. So he's trying to recreate history this weekend. And he is trying to put Harvick a lap down. Harvick trying to block. It'll be easy to block one car for the moment. Once these other guys get a run on Junior, it's going to be a lot harder. By the way, the end of that Xfinity race, Austin Cindric had the most... usually a block isn't beautiful, but he made the blocking at the end of that race look so easy. Like, he anticipated where they were going to perfection. They made that fake up, fake high, or fake low, go high, and he knew they were going to do that every time. So he went like a half a lane down instead of the full lane down so he could come back up if he needed to. I mean, it was like perfect. They never even got alongside of him. Ooh, contact. Hang on. Harvick being very aggressive with his blocks, trying to stay on the lead lap in case we get that second caution. You were at the Busch Series event that day? Yeah, I remember it was ran on a Monday because it got rained out the Saturday, so they ran it after the day after the Daytona 500. So Junior, guess, didn't have too bad of a hangover from the victory celebration, the victory party that night after winning the 500 because he went out and won the Busch race the next day. Kenny Wallace takes the lead. Wallace is in the wall off turn 4. That's how David Green wrecked. He hit it so hard he spun right around. So Junior hangs on to the lead. Wallace is kind of crisscrossing there, trying the outside, trying the inside on Dale Jr., but Junior still holds on. Now these guys will have to pit before Harvick pits, about 10 to 15 laps before Harvick will have to pit again. By the way, somebody else is DNF'd since Harvick pitted because he was 39th. Now he's 38th on the leaderboard. Yeah, Ty Dillon definitely wrecked the whole field. He was nowhere close to being clear. He was nowhere close to being clear and just cleared him anyway. Kind of like that. Exactly like that, only it caused a big wreck. This one didn't. Junior still leads the lap by inches. Wallace has the run to the inside after Harvick stunted the run that Dale Jr. had. Harvick just trying to stay on the lead lap. He's doing more blocking now than what he was when he was actually at the front. He's not trying to make contact with these guys. Junior clear, throws the block. Harvick needs to find a way to get back around him. And fast, just in case we get that caution. Big run in the tri-oval. Down low goes Harvick to the apron, hung on to it. Junior tried to pinch him down there, and Harvick is clear into turn 1. He gets back around Junior. That 8 car looks really strong. Might be the fastest car in the field. The guy in second, Mark Martin, also fast. He's led laps, and he charged from an outside the top 10 starting spot to the lead at one point already today. So we're closing in on lap 50. Well, at least we're seeing an intense battle at the front of the pack. Junior scrapes the wall off turn 4. But he still hangs on to the lead for the moment. Now Mark Martin to the inside. I couldn't tell who led that lap at the line. That was really close. But if Junior did, that would have been an amazing job. After hitting the wall, and now he doesn't have as much help as Martin had. Martin looks to the outside off turn 2, but couldn't get to the lead. Well, Terry Cook had a big run on the bottom, but Martin hangs on to it. Now blocks Cook on the inside. Junior back to 4th. Hang on, Harvick. Harvick loose in front of the pack. Martin tries to clear, and he makes contact, kind of what Harvick did to Dale Jr. earlier, where he kind of self-cleared him on accident. And Martin did the same. He wasn't clear of Harvick yet. He timed it a little too early. And that cut off the momentum of the 21. Granted, his momentum was cut off because he was loose anyway, but definitely didn't help. Austin looked good in the dual race. He kind of snuck up on everybody. But he was running up front for a lot at the end of the race. Even before the overtime. So again, Mark Martin leads. A little contact between Dale Jr. and Kyle Busch. As they battle for second. Harvick slides off turn 2, barely keeps it off the wall, and barely keeps it off Kyle Busch. And Busch trying to get a run on Mark Martin. Familiar name, but is a Busch Series regular at this point. Look at the run. Junior to the inside of Busch. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide nearly. Into 1. Junior pinched on the inside. He clears Busch. On the inside of Martin. And that Lowe's number 5 car going to get back around on the top again. Martin's on the inside, though. No drafting help for Kyle Busch. Harvick's getting a big run off Mark Martin into turn 3. Harvick trying to get back on the lead lap. Another driver's DNF. My goodness. Having engine failures all over the place today. We've only had 1 caution, single car spin for David Green when he was in 2nd. Green could have DNF'd out of that. I'm not entirely sure. We haven't seen him since. Junior looking for a run. Just gets to the inside. Around goes Junior. He hooks Martin. Martin's in the wall as well. Around goes Mark Martin. Cars pile in from behind. Harvick got loose. Huge wreck in turns 1 and 2. The big one at Daytona. Harvick clipped too much of the apron after Mark Martin tried to block. Kenny Wallace goes airborne after he got shot from behind. I don't think he completely barrel rolled, but he got airborne after that hit from behind right there. And a good handful of drivers were involved. Harvick was on the lead lap at the time of the yellow, barely on Mark Martin. I think, I don't know, it was tough to tell. And everybody's going to hit pit road under the caution. So this is going to even the pit strategy, but was Kevin Harvick a lap down or was he on the lead lap? Because that was really close. Tried to take out Dale Jr. You mean Mark Martin? I didn't hit Jr. I didn't purposely try to take out Martin either, though. Just clipped too much of the apron. You guys know what this game. We saw it in the truck race. We saw it in the Bud shootout. You clip too much of the apron, whether it's on the straightaway or not, in this game. Hold it. Yep. So Harvick's a lap down. He'll get the restart with the leaders. Everybody on fresh tires. New leader in the 66. And the green flag's back in the air, so Harvick back to race it again. It was just hard racing. Martin pinched Harvick down, didn't give him a lot of room on the inside into turn 1, but again, it was just hard racing between the two, and Harvick lost control. And I mean, he couldn't have clipped that 9 car more perfectly. Good restart for Harvick to get in front of the 66. So we're almost halfway done here today at Daytona. Harvick continues to try and battle. So we're our second pit stops of the day under the yellow. These guys cannot make it on field to the end. There will be at least 1 more pit stop, if not 2. So they're side by side for the lead in turns 3 and 4 as they get up to speed. 66 with a run and a push from Dale Earnhardt Jr. A little contact behind. Why is Harvick's car so loose? Oh, and there's another wreck in the tri-oval. Harvick got loose off turn 4. Contact with Jerry Cook in the 10. He goes around. Junior got a piece. Kyle Busch, I believe that's Kyle Busch in the 5, got a piece as well. No, Busch escaped to the inside. It was the second blue car. I think it was Matt Kenseth in the 7th. Yeah, it was Kenseth. We have our 3rd caution of the day. And again, Harvick is a lap down. And this is the problem. Is Harvick's got a lot of damage just like we saw on Carl Edwards' car yesterday. And once you get that damage for whatever reason, which I mean, I guess obvious reason, the car is just not stable. Really affects the handling, and we saw it there off of 4 as they were getting up to speed with Kevin Harvick. Great jump on the restart by Mark Martin. Actually, I don't know if that's Martin. Might have been, no, it was a 66 again, just trying to go down low to block. More cars have been taken out at the furthest pack. Oh, car in the wall off 4 again. Same car that spun in the tri-oval. Harvick barely clear, blocking Dale Jr. Martin to the inside to take the lead. Nearly 3 wide again. Cars are shaking in the tri-oval. They are 3 wide for second. Paul Menard looking for the lead. Martin on the outside with a push from Junior. Is he clear? Martin is not clear yet going into turn 3. Menard, RCR back race car here in the Busch Series. Trying to work with teammate Kevin Harvick. And the 9 getting another good push from the 8. Oh, contact. Hold on. Kyle Busch about got squeezed in the wall back there. They're 3 wide again into turn 1. Martin's bottoming out. Something could be dragging. He was involved in an accident. Junior clear as well. These guys are racing aggressively. Junior might be going for the lead. We know he's got a fast car. If he makes the hole, which he's trying to in 3 and 4, underneath Martin, maybe Harvick can pounce or at least draft behind Junior to get by Martin that way. There's the run. Harvick to the inside of Dale Jr. Gets around him. Inside of Mark Martin. What a move! Not clear! Not clear. Oh my goodness. Martin holds on to the lead somehow. A little too aggressive with that block, but we stay green at Daytona. Harvick praying for a caution. Oh, Junior in the wall off 4. They stack up on the outside behind him. Side by side to the line for the lead again. You know how much these cars get tight in line behind one another. To the outside. That's on. Well, can you tell Kevin Harvick's desperate to try and hold on to the lead lap? Paul Menard to the lead on the inside. Trust me, I'm not trying to make contact. It might look like it, but I'm really not. I'm shaking too much down the straightaways. Like I tried to pull up, but the analog stick's making me oversteer right into him. Now when I tried to block Mark Martin, I definitely blocked too early. That was on me, but all these blocks down the straightaways, the car just turns too easily. Kenny Wallace to the lead. All clear of Paul Menard. Fantasy driver to the inside of Wallace, looking for the lead himself again. Lap 67 for the race leaders here at Daytona. Giant pack under a blanket. Oh, almost in contact with the leaders that time. Kenny just about got pinched in the wall. Harvick wants a caution so badly right now. And again, it's got to be when he's in front of this pack or he'll never get back on the lead lap. Ooh, car in the wall, race leader in the wall up 4, and that gives Junior the lead to the line. Junior has a massive run behind Kevin Harvick. Looks high. I would never be able to be a spotter, too. I get caught up in the action too much, I feel like, if I was a spotter. That 66 car looks really strong. Oh. The Harvick in the wall. He clipped the apron. And I don't know how, but he still holds on in front of the pack. Matt Kenseth battling for the lead on the inside. He's not clear. Not yet, at least. Ooh, that was close. You just get such a big run, even on the outside. I mean, it doesn't matter what lane it is. And he squeezes. I believe that was Paul Menard that time. Sorry, Menard's in the lead now. That was Kenseth who ended up getting blocked by Harvick. Paul Menard got a little tight, but now he's going to try to take the outside anyway. He's going even higher. Mark Martin's going to cut to the bottom. And Menard's there! Martin and Junior 1-2 again. That didn't take long. Martin trying to cross over. Outside, inside. Didn't work. Outside's open to the 66. He's got to run. And Harvick again with another late block. I don't think I've ever raced with a wider race car in my life other than what we've seen right now. It's not intentional, but at the same time, me making these blocks, you have to assume contact is going to be made. Harvick is very desperate. He doesn't want to be the one to cause the wreck, but Martin just didn't have any help on the top. Now he has help from Kenny Wallace. Junior to the bottom of the racetrack. Well, 49 laps to go at Daytona. Martin about slid into the wall. Junior's going to have him cleared pretty easily this time. And he does off turn 2. Boy, that 21 drifted up. Kept it off the wall, though. He's only tagged the wall once all day today, surprisingly. I guess twice if you count the one accident. In the middle of that accident. Kenny Wallace out in front. Mark Martin shuffles back to the bottom. Remember, Harvick did get 5 bonus points for leading a few laps earlier today. If he can't find himself back to the lead no matter what happens here, the sooner the caution comes out, the better for Harvick. Harvick still got decent speed despite being in that wreck. Definitely lost a little bit of the handling, but the speed's still there. Just got to find a way to actually battle these guys for the lead and not to stay on the lead lap. It is a one-stop race to the finish. Maybe two. We went green with just over 60 laps left, but likely a one-stop race. Oh! It looked like Harvick was actually clear that time, but I guess he wasn't. That looked like I was clear. That was weird how there was contact. It was close. I mean, there was contact with the game, but it looked like I was clear when I pulled up. That was really strange. XY Games, welcome to the stream. Harvick on the apron. He actually didn't get too out of shape that time. Just hanging on in front of the pack. Halfway through the fuel run. Harvick wobbles. Oh my gosh. Hangs on to it again. Still in front of the pack as Kenny Wallace leads again at Daytona. Kyle Busch back into at least a battle for third as he's on the inside of Dale Jr. Mark Martin in second. I gotta believe the two fastest cars have been Dale Jr. than Mark Martin today. David Green was fast earlier until he hit the wall, but I think he's back in the top 6 again. And finally, Harvick has given up the track position. In need of a caution, but he's got to get back around the leaders before that caution comes out, if it comes out. So he can't waste any time. He's barely clear of Mark Martin. He's going to be trying to go for the lead. Right behind Kenny. Wallace with a block. Harvick checked up getting into turn 1 because of that checkup that Wallace had after blocking Dale Jr. Still going to block him. Down the back straightaway, a giant run from Kevin Harvick. He gets to the inside of Jr. and Wallace, 3 wide contact! Jr.'s in the wall. Multiple spots lost for Dale Jr. as he goes to the back of the lead pack. 3 wide into the corner. Harvick got tight when he tried to shoot the gap 3 wide. Shot into Jr., shot into Wallace, and Jr. gets up into the wall. I think Wallace got a piece of the wall, but still miraculously leads the lap. Now Kyle Busch has a run back to the inside again, and Harvick, for the meantime, finds himself on the lead lap. I mean, Jr.'s well outside the top 10 now. He's probably at the back of this lead pack of about 15 to 20 cars. XX Games, welcome to the stream. Picks are in for the 500. Yes, indeed. Make sure you have your fantasy lineups set up. And if you haven't joined the Fantasy Live League on the channel, make sure you do so before the start of the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Go to the NASCAR mobile app or website. Go to the fantasy portion. Sign up with your email and Search for KRC League, and that is the fantasy league for the season. Season end prize of 2 tickets for you and either a family member or a friend to any NASCAR race of your choosing. I will try to make it out as well to that said race. 2022 Daytona 500, though, is not going to be available. I guess I should say I should be able to, get you the tickets, but not going to be able to have it myself. And Harvick is going to go around into Menard. Caution as he spins through the grass, and I still believe he's a lap down. He made contact off turn 4 initially with Menard, and he was trying to save it, and once he clipped the apron, it just completely went around. And it's the third time he's caused an accident, but the second time he's actually been involved in an accident. And we'll see if we're going to get pit stops here. I think they're just outside the window to make it on field of the finish. Weekly prizes as well. Those weekly prizes are simply, if you win, you get to be on the predictions video. You'll have a minute to a minute and a half clip of you giving your predictions for the following race weekend if you win the week prior. It has been a rough day for Kevin Harvick in this 21 car. My goodness. Past halfway through the run. A little mistake trying to get that right rear tire on, and it's going to cost him time on pit road. But it's not bad, though, because he's the only driver on pit road. A lot of damage to the 21 now if he didn't have a lot of damage earlier. And the same problem that we found Carl Edwards in yesterday is what now has gotten Kevin Harvick in trouble. Green flag back in the air. Harvick's got the freshest tires. 39 laps to go at Daytona. It is going to be close on field to the end of the race there for Harvick. And he self-clears himself on Menard before they even get into turn 1 to get back on the lead lap. Yeah, there's no damage clock or damage policy that we have on this game, so I can only repair so much of it. It's realistic when it comes to that, so that's why there's no damage clock. So the only reason we have a damage clock in NASCAR Heat is because you can repair all the damage, which is not true. Oh, wow, look at that. 3 wide for the lead. Kens it to the inside, and he gets around Harvick. What a move by Matt Kenseth. Kyle Busch gets in the wall off turn 4, stacking up the 9 of Mark Martin, and Kenseth leads once again at Daytona. Can Harvick save enough fuel? If he can draft off of somebody, you wonder if it's actually possible. Three wide pass for the lead on the restart into turn 3 for Kenseth, getting around both Mark Martin and Kyle Busch. Harvick going to give up the bottom and let Busch go. Harvick's already a lap down as it is. He's going to try to draft off Kyle Busch. Hopefully Kyle didn't get too far ahead of him. Bobby Hamilton Jr. on the inside. Contact with Harvick. Wow, look at all the spots on the inside that Hamilton lost. That contact was not going to allow Harvick to stay in the draft of Kyle Busch. I think Harvick's car is pretty beat up now. He can't even keep up with Kyle Busch nor Matt Kenseth, even with drafting help behind him. I mean, he's 179 on corner exit. He was about 183 to 186 earlier, so he's definitely lost some speed. How about Tim Fedewa up to third place? Great run for him. Of course, it being Daytona after all. Anything could happen. You could see anybody towards the front of the field at any point in time. Oh, caution, trouble off of turn 2. Multiple cars spinning to the infield. That's the caution Harvick needed, and he didn't get it. Kenny Wallace tried to block on the outside. David Green goes around. That's the second time Green has been involved in an accident. Wallace tried to clear the 135. We have another caution. And Harvick's going to stay out to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap, assuming these guys pit. Yeah, they're all pitting. Yeah, with them all pitting, Harvick's going to stay out. That's the caution Harvick needed, but the leaders were just too far ahead. What? How are we still a lap down? We took the wave around. I mean, that's just messed up. All the lead lap cars pitted and we stayed out, therefore we should have been able to take the wave around. We needed all of them to pit and they literally all pitted. And it still didn't give it to us. And now Mike Bliss is leading. Off the restart at Daytona. We should be... That's just messed up. I'm about to. I'm spinning the leader. Because we should have been on the lead lap. We took the wave around. Like, we're on older tires. And yes, we would be 30 seconds still. But we'd be on the lead lap at the tail of the field. Not a lap down. Well, I'd hate to be Mike Bliss or Kenny Wallace here, but one of these two are going to go around for a spin off the front bumper of Harvick, and it's not my fault. It's the game's fault for not cooperating with me. Why is the car so loose? Down the straightaways. You've got to be kidding me. We just lost the draft again. Why does this happen to me? Are we going to let Junior go? Kenny Wallace to the lead off turn 4. Junior's got a fast car, too. He's definitely somebody that can get to the lead if given the chance and the opportunity. First time we've seen Greg Biffle up towards the front of the field. He's up to 4th. And now Harvick's going to lose Dale Jr. too. Maybe. Well, yeah, now he's about to because analog sticks make me sideways down the straightaways again. 3 wide for 4th. Couple of Roush drivers right there. Biffle and Kenseth. Yeah, but we should be back on the lead lap. That's what doesn't make any sense. I don't care that we're... I don't care if I was in last place right now, as long as I was back on the lead lap and have a shot. And the problem is we can't just turn somebody for a caution because we're not ahead of the leader. First off, this game doesn't have free passes, which the free pass was implemented this season, 2004, and we don't have it. And then second off, every lead lap car pitted, we stayed out. Therefore, we cycle around, and we're still a lap down, and we're on older tires. Parkway Intros, welcome to the stream. I am definitely ready for the 500 tomorrow. It's bad enough we have this analog stick, but the game not putting us on the lead lap after that last caution's just messed up. So Harvick's trapped a lap down. Tim Feetle's got a shot to win this thing. Harvick's got a chance to get to these leaders. The problem is, too, is that Harvick's going to have to come from the tail anyway, but now he's going to have less laps to come from the tail. Everybody's good on field to the end after that caution. 26 to go. The actual Daytona 500 starts at 2:30 tomorrow. Drop of the green flag is like probably a quarter till 3, but Eastern Standard Time, that is. Vita will look into the inside of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Harvick trying to stay with him. Harvick's got 2 damage of a race car, though. He's trying desperately, and I mean desperately, to stay with Fedewa, stay with Junior, stay with this lead pack. Using the share draft. This is so messed up. I cannot catch a break on this channel in the last couple weeks with games not doing what they're supposed to do. Like, this is unbelievable how bad luck just continues. And it's not even my fault. It's my fault I was a lap down in the first place, but we shouldn't even be a lap down anymore. Bowman in the 48, that would have been tough to call. Especially before Bowman ended up at Hendrick Motorsports, who would have thought that would have happened? Yeah, again, Tim Feedle and Kevin Harvick spotter. I'm about to bring out a caution right now and then bring out another caution in the restart because we're not going to be able to catch those guys and keep up with them. We're on older tires. Got a damaged race car. Old Paul Menard's in a bad spot. I feel bad. Oh, for the love of God. Of course I'm the one that Of course I'm the one that's spinning. Jesus. I tried to take somebody else out. Poor Paul Menard in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then Harvick just spun back across the field. More damage is on the 21. I'm doing a pretty tame job of. I'm pitting. We're gonna repair damage. And we're gonna try to get a good launch. Let the leader get around us, and we're going to try to spin the leader out. And we do have a tire limit for the Busch in the Truck Series of 4 sets per race. This would technically be the last set, but I'm giving myself an extra set due to the game trapping us a lap down, even though we shouldn't be a lap down anymore. We should have been back on the lead lap 15 laps ago on that last restart. Then we wouldn't have had to try to take somebody out. And we're not going to have to try to take somebody else out again. Yeah, favorite driver is on the wall behind me. Ryan Blaney. There are a lot of other drivers on the lead lap other than Kevin Harvick. And this is only going to make it even tougher. Of course. Never easy. Should have been. Pretty good restart on the inside for Harvick, though. Drafted behind Trey Murray. It's like the car stutters going from 3rd to 4th. It's really strange. Oh, man, it almost went 3 wide. My R2 button doesn't work properly, and I can't hit the share draft. It's like I'm hitting share draft like 5 times before I actually get the share draft, and I lose it before I get it because I'm too far back by the time it actually registers. So not only the analog stick's messed up, but now my R2 button doesn't work half the time. And I'm trying not to get frustrated for the second night in a row. But I swear, this shouldn't even be happening. We should be on the lead lap. Now we're about to wreck again. Now we're not even going to catch these guys. I don't even care. This is stupid. What a dumb speed weeks we have had with this NASCAR 05. I was so hyped to play this game. And my controller's not making it any fun for me. It was a good first 80 to 90 laps. I'd say 80. Even when we were a lap down. I'm not pitting. The problem is if we get a caution with less than 10 laps to go, then it will be a single file restart. This is going to be a junkyard at the end of the race for Harvick to try and get back on the lead lap, because we should be on the lead lap. Problem is my car's getting more and more damaged. Big block going into turn 1, nowhere else for Harvick to go, so we're 3 wide already. See what I mean? It's like we're in 3rd gear too long. Like we don't actually get to 4th gear. Oh my gosh. And we lost him again. About to be like Kurt Busch. He was just repeatedly yelling the F-bomb into his radio at Sonoma that one time. Was it Sonoma when he did that? I know it was when he was driving the 51. James Finch. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry Paul Menard had to get in the middle of this. I do feel bad. I don't feel bad anymore. Paul Menard just took Kevin Harvick out and took out about 30 other cars behind him. What a train wreck we've had with NASCAR. It was fine. We were having a lot of fun during the modified race. We were having fun during the Bud shootout, but no. We get to the truck race, we get to the Busch race, and we just have a bunch of tomfoolery going on. And we can't do anything about it. Whether it's the controller, my R2 button not working, not getting the share draft I need, and then I lose the draft. And then my analog stick causing me to go sideways down the straightaways and spin out across, over, back in front of the pack. And then once I get the heavy damage, now I'm slow on top of it because we've been in at least 4 or 5 wrecks for the second night in a row. Better luck for the Daytona 500 tomorrow, but I don't see it happening. The worst thing is we didn't have to be in those last 3 wrecks. Those last 3 wrecks would not have happened if we would have just been on the lead lap like the game should have had us on the lead lap. But no, they put us a lap down. I said I wouldn't get frustrated, but now I'm frustrated. Because now we're at the back of the pack, because we're less than 10 laps to go and restart. And now we're racing for 32nd, and that's it. We might be getting some debris cautions. There were a lot of drivers involved in those accidents. And Paul Menard turns us in front of the pack, giving us more damage. Harvick's going to try to fight for every position he can. We're too slow. We're way too slow. Look at this. We were slow before, but now Menard wrecked probably every little bit of speed we did have left in the car. I can't keep it straight. I'm by myself. On the straightaway, on the front stretch, the straight part of it. Like I said, I feel sorry for myself because this shouldn't be happening, especially 2 nights in a row. I feel worse for you guys. Thank you for calling me a great YouTuber, but the last 2 nights I've been far from it, because this game, it's not the game. Well, okay, it is the game. It's the game and the controller. Last night it was the controller, and only the controller. Tonight it was the controller, and then it was the game, and then it was the controller again. Because we should be on the lead lap. We should have been on the lead lap 30 to 35 laps ago. And we should have been trying to claw our way through the field with speed before the speed got wrecked out of it for the final time. That time I overdrove it, but I don't even think I care anymore. Set up your car tomorrow in the 500. I plan on it. That's another thing that has costed us too, is the fact that with doing the fan vote, I couldn't go into the session and practice. I could only qualify. So we've been running the standard setup for the truck in the Busch series. So I'll have a custom setup for the 500 tomorrow, so hopefully we'll be faster. And I will have I'll have the ability to practice every other race from now on. But there's not a lot you can do setup-wise on the super speedways. It's the analog stick. How'd I end up going a lap down in the first place? Ask the game. No, I'm kidding. We went a lap down because the very first caution of the race came out when David Green spun off of turn 4. He hit the wall, he spun. He was in second. That bunched the field back together. Everybody pitted and we stayed out. And the only reason I stayed out was so that way the only reason I stayed out, having a brain fart. I'm too frustrated. I couldn't think straight there for a second. So everybody else pitted. I stayed out. And the only reason I stayed out is because I thought everybody else was going to stay out, and I wanted to stay on the same strategy. But instead, they pitted, and I didn't have time to pit. So then we ended up having to pit under green. And we got a couple cautions. But they didn't come when we were on the lead lap. And then where we should have gotten back on the lead lap was with the caution with 35 to go. When Kenny Wallace tried to block the 135 car off turn 2. Sent him and the 135 into the wall. Kenny Wallace spun out. David Green spun out. There's the caution we needed. So we stayed out and everybody else pit. Everybody pitted. Lap down, lead lap, didn't matter. So because all the lead lap cars pitted, and we ended up staying out, we should have been on the lead lap with the wave around. But the game still lined us a lap down. And we had older tires. And that's why I tried to intentionally spin out a couple guys to get back on the lead lap. And that failed twice because we weren't on the lead lap when it happened, so we were still a lap down. And then Paul Menard spun us the third and final time because we tried to spin him out earlier. It is like a Reese's wrapper. It's like a half-open Reese's wrapper. Well, somebody's still going to win this race, and the white flag is in the air. I guess I'll make the realistic broadcast for the final lap. Although I gave up with this game when we should have gotten back on the lead lap. Gave up with it tonight. I'll sleep it off. We'll be back and better than ever again tomorrow. Kenny Wallace into turns 3 and 4 trying to win at Daytona. We saw a generated rookie driver win in the truck race last night. But as they go through the tri-oval, Kenny Wallace is going to win the season opener for the Hershey Kisses 300 at Daytona, leaving us with just the Cup Series left on Speed Weeks. Thank the Lord. Because this has been a nightmare with the truck and the Busch race. I mean, this has been... I did not see this coming. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you guys that. Right, I should have saw it coming with the analog stick. But then tonight, we were actually running halfway decent with the analog stick. Until we had that little bit of damage being involved in a wreck after getting trapped a lap down. And then we lost the handling after that on top of the analog stick. It was just a bad combination. New controller comes Monday. Hopefully before the stream on Monday. But unfortunately for the Daytona 500 on NASCAR 05 tomorrow, we're going to have to use this controller at least one more time. King, thanks for joining. Damn indeed. At worst, we should have finished 32nd because we should have been on the lead lap. And not only we finished 4 positions worse, but we finished a lap down and never even had a chance. Those last 35 laps. We never had a chance, and we should have. I guarantee we had enough speed at that time to at least run in the top 5. Would I have been able to make my way through the pack in the final 30, just over 30 laps after we went green? Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know. Yeah, we'll take a look at the finishing results. Kenny Wallace with the win, 22 laps led for him. He actually led more than Dale Jr., which Jr. probably had the fastest car, so I'm quite surprised. Jr. led 19 laps, finished second, and not by much, 6/100ths of a second. Mike Bliss finished third. Matt Kenseth fourth. Paul Menard rounds out the top 5. Great run for him. Kyle Busch sixth. Dwayne Borland seventh. Greg Biffle eighth. Bobby Hamilton Jr. ninth, and Parker rounds out the top 10. David Green actually led 23 laps to start the race. Of course, he was involved in not one but 2 accidents. Not any of the ones we were involved in, believe it or not. And that was just enough to lead David Green the most laps. So we had a lot of comers and goers. By 1 lap, he led more than Kenny Wallace. And a lot of Kenny's laps led right at the end of the race. Virtue of the game trapping me a lap down, as we all know. Pole sitter Campbell finished the lap down in 35th. Okay. Here's something I want to tell you right now. With the analog stick one more time. I'm trying to move up 1. And because it overturns or overdoes something too much. Okay, now it's doing it by 1. See what I mean? Like it jumps 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, now it's cooperating. 2. Like it that's why it's not every lap I'm getting loose either. It's not like it's happening every lap. It's happening like every however many laps. Enough to where it happens multiple times in a race, and at these high of speeds, it only takes 1 little mistake. Harvick led 4 laps, 5 bonus points for him. He finished 36. 31 drivers again finished on the lead lap. At least we led some laps. And everybody that DNF'd, Hermie Sadler, Kirkland, Ron Hornaday, Haynes, Blue Castleberry, Ashton Lewis, Trey Buchanan, they all DNF'd here today. Tough break for Blue Castleberry. Do the Daytona 500 on NASCAR Heat 5. I did twice already. I've done a Daytona 500 full race live stream on Heat 5, so... No, we're done with the full races on NASCAR Heat 5. We'll have another career mode live stream at some point, but unfortunately not now. But congrats to Kenny Wallace for winning tonight's Busch Series race at Daytona. I'm going to go to bed. I've been up since 4:45 in the morning because I had to work today. Rockingham is the next race for the Busch Series. And no need to look at the points because we're only 1 race in. Basically saw the points with the finishing results itself. Set up your car tomorrow. It's maybe I should be a little better even with this controller tomorrow. Again, because I will have a custom setup. So it should be better. It should be better tomorrow with the 500 and the dual race. And once again, tune in for that. Our Gatorade dual race will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then following that at 11 a.m., our Daytona 500 predictions video should be out before the start of the dual race stream. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I wouldn't say it was a great stream. I'm usually pretty hard on myself, when I'm trying to broadcast, saying whether or not I did do good or did do bad. And I'd say I did pretty good for the first probably 5/6 of the race. Well, 3/4 of it at least, and then we got to those final 30 laps when we should have been on the lead lap, and I couldn't get over it. I couldn't get over it, and the only reason I couldn't get over it is because it was everything that has piled on between Thunder 04 last week, DNFing when we shouldn't have, mainly because of the analog stick, and then fighting the analog stick all night last night, pretty much since lap 20 on, and then tonight it was fine until about lap 85, lap 90, and then it was the same thing again. So we'll hope that we can... There it goes, down 2 again. Now it goes up 2. It just moves too easy. It doesn't matter whether it's right to left, up, down. It just moves too easy. It's almost like it's stuck in every direction. Can't win them all. Exactly. And that's why I don't get upset with the full race live streams either, usually, because I don't... I know it's going to happen. I know we're going to crash out from time to time. It's going to happen. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But, yeah, I can't wait for that new controller. Once the new controller comes in, we'll hopefully never have this again. So, we'll pray. Thanks for everybody watching. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Also, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. As mentioned, join the Fantasy Live League on the NASCAR mobile app or NASCAR website. Search KRC League and hit join after you sign up with your email. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have prizes every week and at the end of the season as far as the channel goes. So definitely be sure to participate if you haven't already. And make sure your lineups are set before the Daytona 500 tomorrow so you can get accounted for this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, everybody.